My name is Meredith Karstens. I am a film major. I'm from Andover, Minnesota, and I'm just really excited just to learn all I can do in film. I actually helped with the theater program for a couple of years, so I've done two just playing performances in two musicals, which were always so much fun to do. We went to MCTC with two other schools to make shorter films, but it was separated between the three schools. So we would each get us a third of the film, and yeah, it was so much fun working with that.
So when we were making 3 uses of a pencil with MCTC, my school was given the last part, which was the third use of prophecy. It was just really interesting just to do that and just directing it, because I did most of the storyboard of just trying to make it simple with about 3 to 5 different angles maximum.
Why I chose Augsburg is because it was a liberal arts school, and I just wanted something a little bit more rounder than going to MCAD, which is pretty much all art, and also I wanted to live on campus. My favorite thing about the college, I guess, would be just how easy to get to classes. Just that everything is just, it's in a nice campus, everything's together. Back in high school, I would be in charge of everything, the sound, the lights, the cameras, so I would be in charge of everything. But here, I was more in charge of the lights and being a personal PA. Sometimes with the story, I would actually help write the story and even help set up the shots and be storyboard. If I could work as a PA or even in the lights, that would still be awesome, because I would be on the set and witnessing everything and knowing how the film's gonna look before it's all put together.
We go on dates.
Yeah, but with Adam.
No.
It's always with Adam.
We don't always go on.
So my first major video project here at Augsburg was for cinema art, and that one was called Green Eyes. It's about 2 best friends, and one of them has a girlfriend, but one of the best friends has a crush on the other, and it was just a really interesting way of just looking at a homosexual relationship, but also looking at different point of views between the best friends and the boyfriend and the girlfriend.
It was still so much fun to make, just having a good time with friends, as well as just figuring out, so this is how I would, interact with the actors, and just figure out from scratch, from like the ground up, how I would be directing by myself. Who inspires me as a filmmaker? Just anyone, but I think the major influence was Joss Whedon for The Avengers. I'm a sucker for the superhero films. In general, superhero films, they just take an element that is they take something that was already created, which were in the comic books, but translate it into film, but give them a little bit more. But it still gives a sense of who that character is, what their abilities are, and why are they fighting for this reason. Well, their genre would be the superhero film, but I guess in more broader context, I would go with a bit more sci-fi and fantasy kind of deal, because you can have a lot more elbow room than if you were set in historic or realistic. You can have a lot more fun being in a different world, being in a different set, like just being in a different area, and there's different rules. You don't have to be confined to the rules of this reality. For my own stories, I would love to do both the message and still keep the audience entertained, because that's, would be my job, to entertain, but still give something so everybody can kind of think about what would happen. Like, think about the message, think about the characters, think about the struggles and such. It's just a very interesting way of just telling stories, and that's what I always wanted to do, was just to tell stories.